Hey there, good Friday afternoon, early evening to you. We are looking for some improving conditions as the weekend goes on, but first we've kind of got to get through this as we wrap up the week. We still have a few of those clouds around, but there is some sunshine breaking through, and that's because technically there was a very weak front, a very weak boundary that has moved its way to the south, sitting through South Florida, and that will be the case at least through tomorrow before a stronger secondary front rolls. So you can kind of pinpoint where it is based on that harsh line of where the rain is ending and where we're just stuck with mostly cloudy skies out there. I'm only keeping a 10% chance for a spotty shower in the forecast for your evening plans, but most spots will stay dry and pretty cloudy. It's a live view right now over Sarasota Bay. 79 degrees down through our southern locations, 78 in Tampa, same out in Riverview. A little bit comfortable, a little more comfortable and cooler as you head further north. Brooksville at 76 also for our friends out in Wesley Chapel. We will see temperatures fall into the mid 60s. Very slowly again tonight, just as they did last night. The only difference is it may be a degree or two cooler, and that's because technically that weak boundary that moved through today is trying to shift winds back out of the north. That was pretty much the only change we noticed here at home. There's still a bit of moisture overhead, and that's why we're keeping the potential for a stray shower in the forecast, not only through today, but even through parts of your Saturday forecast. I'll show you why here in just a bit. But when you wake up tomorrow morning, I think we are going to see a lot of those lower to mid 60s on the map. Of course, our cooler locations will be along the nature coast. Tomorrow daytime highs will still have time to climb to the upper 70s, even a little bit cooler up to our north. And the reason that we're not going to make it all the way into the lower 80s like we have the past few days is because of that second push of cooler air heading our way, that second front. And this is going to be a reinforcing shot of cooler air. So boaters, just keep that in mind with those winds continuing to come in out of the northwest tomorrow. They'll be about 10 knots with a light chop out on the bay. Here is your future cast. So keeping a bit of that mix of cloud cover around, some sunshine even gracing us with its presence for the first half of tomorrow. This is that very small isolated rain chance that ahead of that front, we could see about a 20 to 30% chance, maybe for a few passing showers. The real thing with this front and this moisture that's pushing ahead of it is that it's actually going to weaken as it continues to push through the area, and that's why rain chances aren't as widespread, and they're overall not very impressive. But that front through tomorrow afternoon and into the evening will fully push through the region. You'll know it's here because winds will come directly out of the north. We'll actually see some gradual clearing and cooling as we go through the first half of your Sunday. And that's going to keep temperatures very, very pleasant. So starting Saturday night through Sunday morning, those temperatures will start to fall back into the 50s. Highs on Sunday afternoon. Some spots will struggle to make it to 70 degrees, but I think a lot of us will make it into the lower 70s. So that's going to be the biggest difference between Saturday and Sunday. And how long will that cooler air be hanging out with us? How about through the first half of next week? We'll keep high pressure in control. That'll keep us pretty dry, but by the middle to end of next week, that's when that moisture will build back in, and that will help also to warm up those conditions, maybe even bringing us a few isolated rain chances back in the forecast by Thursday and Friday. So that moisture will build back in, but truly as we go through the second half of the weekend and into early next week, things will be cool, they'll be comfortable, and they'll stay below normal for this time of year. So thankfully a lot to look forward to. It looks like our third weekend in a row with dealing with a front here in the area.